guys, I'm here with Craig Unverferth from AGCO, and he's going to show us a little bit on how to run this machine. Hopefully he can show me how to make it do all the cool stuff I know it's capable of doing. Alright, so...
Well, first just kind of go over operator comfort a bit. The seat will adjust to the weight of the operator, but otherwise you can adjust some settings here. Right over here you have your heated and cooled seats. That's kind of your lumbar support. You can feel that. You can adjust that there. Raise and lower right there, so that's going to pump it up or decrease it. Right here you can see this. If you turn, what's nice on this seat, it can turn to 45 degrees. Yeah. And also you see this here, that will adjust out of the way so you can get a good look behind you. I mean, you spend half your time looking back at the implement. Up front here's an automatic brake. So what happens here is when you press the trigger and push forward, that'll automatically release the brake. So if you press the foot pedal, because we do have it in foot pedal mode, you hear the brake is released. Now you can manually put it in park, pull down right there. In most cases, it's just nice just to keep it in automatic.
Okay,
so automatically.
So it's either in park or it's in automatic, then there's no...
Yep, so you can manually, if you need to manually release it, you push it up.
Oh, okay. I
always run it in automatic. Okay. So if you get out, say you stopped or completely stopped and you get out of the seat, the brake will come on and you'll hear that brake engage. Now, if you're running in the field and say you're adjusting and standing up, the brake won't go because you are moving. So it's just when you're stopped that it'll go. Up front here, you're going to have your air conditioning, all your HVAC stuff is going to be right up front. So fan, temperature, and then you also have all your lights. So here is all your lights. You can also program a single button switch. So say you wanted to have all the lights turn on at once, you can program that and put it on that so you can turn off and on, and that'll turn whatever designated lights you want off and on. Okay.
One question I had on the air conditioner, like whenever I was playing around with the machine, how do you get it in auto? Well, I guess that would be auto right there.
So auto, and then you'll see right up front in this screen, that's where it's going to adjust. So you see your temperature, that's your outside temperature, and then your fan. Increase there, or you can go to auto. Next part here, reverser is here. So you do have, this is on the front, your reverser. Obviously your blinkers are going to be right here. Your four-ways, your hazards are right down here. So all those lights, instead of on our MT600s, which you're used to, we're back on the pillar. Now it's right on the dash.
I like them. Just what little bit I've been in, I really like the convenience of everything right here.
Foot pedal right down, that's to adjust. So you can pull that, and that also pulls out. So whatever fits you most, more comfortably, just adjust how you like it. Next, we'll just kind of go over to the armrest here. We'll start on the right. It's all color coded. So if you see orange right there, that's going to be like transmission settings. So right here you got foot pedal mode, so we're in foot pedal mode. The next one is TMS, that's tractor management system. So that's where the engine and the transmission talk to each other. So it's based off of whatever your desired speed, the tractor will adjust the RPMs to maintain that desired speed. Next button we'll go over is blue. Blue is hydraulics. So that's your hydraulic lockout, and then that's your automatic 3-point control. You'll probably never use that, and you won't use that because we don't have a front 3-point on this machine. So
front, back 3-point.
For automatic.
Is that the same up here?
So it's just for commonality of parts. That's why it's there. You won't actually use that. Your next is kind of your axle, rear axle. So here you got auto diff lock, and that's your diff lock. So you can turn that on and off. Next is going to be your front axle control. So right now, if we turn it off and we hold that button, say we do have that front weight on there, we can put some blocks underneath it, and we can completely lower the front axle. We can take the weight off, pull the pin, back up, and then it's unloaded. Click it back on, hold it, and it'll raise it back up.
That's pretty neat. If you can't tell on the video, the front end of the tractor just dropped down about, what would you say, 2 feet?
At least 18 inches. The very front. Next, yellow, Ptl Functions. So you got your 1000, your 1000E, or 0, and then that's automatic PTO. To engage your PTO, so say if we're in 1000, it's a safety switch, so you got to press it twice. And once you press it twice, you're on. you look in the front screen here, and that's going to be your PTO reading.
Oh, the PTO's running right now?
Yep,
okay.
PTO's running. It's just that quiet of a tractor.
Yeah, you can't tell the PTO's on at all.
So, click it off, now it's turned off.
Okay.
Throttle here, you're going to be running the tractor in TMS most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you're running a PTO functionality. Here is your throttle if you would need to adjust it. But otherwise, in most conditions, you're going to be running that TMS.
Okay.
Go to the joystick here. We'll start with the ramp 1 through 4. So right here is kind of your aggressiveness of slowing down and speeding up. So why don't you go ahead, I'm going to turn this off foot pedal mode, and we're going to start in 1, click and push forward. And now go ahead and push forward and you'll see how slow that slowly speeds up. So it's very slow, gradual adjustments. Now if you kick it up to 4, you can see how aggressive that'll be if you go all the way up to 4. So now try it in 4 and you'll see how aggressive it is. So if you're at full speed and you throw that all the way back, it's gonna put you in the window. Yeah. So that's kind of, in the field operations, I'm usually in 2 or 3. If I know I'm going to be roading, I kind of like it in 4 just so I can get up and go.
Yeah.
Unless I'm driving in foot pedal mode.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday I was moving stuff around the barn, and having that like all the way down in 1, it was pretty nice to hook up to. I mean, it's a lot better than riding the clutch.
Yeah, well, it's nice. I always hook up in foot pedal mode because with foot pedal mode you can slowly creep up and not even worry about feathering the clutch at all. Yeah. So that's nice. Next is your remotes. So you have 2 remotes here, and you have your 4 remotes here. Now you got it with 5 total. So here you'll have this extra remote where you're actually not using, but we can program that. Say we want it on 3-point, we can program on 3-point, which will show you that in the screen. Okay. Right here is going to be your dial. This is going to be setting your depth. So right here is your raise and lower your 3-point. This blue button here, that's going to be your depth setting. So if we hit down, we're going to activate it, and you can see it's moved up to where that is. If I lower it, it'll go down. So that's where you're going to be setting your 3-point.
All right, is this the front PTO here, or the front 3-point?
That would be front 3-point if you had front 3-point. In our case, we don't have it, so you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, commonality of parts. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Next thing to kind of go through here is the joystick here. We can program go and end. That's our headland management button. Okay. We'll go through that in the screen, how we program that.
Is this also like to engage your autos, AB line?
Yeah, well,
basically all the same function.
You would program that to do that. Okay. Right here is cruise. You can have 2 different cruise speeds. If you look on the screen here, right now you have one for 3.1, the other one for 3.4. You press it once. That's 34. That means it's active but not engaged. So if we're going forward, now we're going forward. If I would push this to the right, it's going to go up to 34 mile an hour. Now if I slow down, it'll kick it out. Now to go between the 2, I double click. Okay. So now it's engaged. If I wanted to just go to 34 mile an hour, I double click and it'll go to 34. Okay. And I can double click and that'll go to 3.1. And then if I slow down, it'll kick it out of there, and it'll turn orange again.
So when it's orange, it's active, not engaged.
Yep. Okay. Next button here is program engine speed. Probably the only time you'd use that if you're using a PTO functionality and you need a certain. Okay.
So like with our case planner, like part of the hydraulics on it run on a PTO. So is that something I would use then to run a constant?
So yep, what's good on this tractor is I put it in economy PTO because you don't need that much horsepower. You're going to be at 1100 RPMs is about all you need, and you'll have 1000 PTO. Okay. Speed, so it'll still be very fuel efficient.
Okay. So is that this button here then? Okay. Perfect.
All right, now we'll kind of go over. Actually, I didn't go over the armrest. That's for your adjustable mirrors right here. So adjustable mirrors will be there, and that's how you adjust it. It'll also tell your fuses there where they're at. Okay. Now we'll kind of go over the screen.